Hello, Willow Davis. How's it going? Guess what? Got an update finally on Stephen Assanti, the My 600 Pound Life star, with him and his brother Justin. You know, multi-part. What is it, like 4 or 5 parts on My 600 Pound Life now. Of the Assanti brothers. I gotta be honest. I thought we were done hearing from them for a good long while. Well, we heard from Stephen here recently. As of 2021, we have an update from Stephen Assanti. He, I guess, did an interview. It's on nickyswift.com. I guess this interview is by Marielle Loveland. Thank you very much for getting this inside scoop here. In case you're new, I've done plenty of videos giving updates about what's going on with the Assantis. I don't know why Stephen is such an interesting person. Just cringe internet stuff, especially from back in the day when he was fatboygetdown. Wild times. Anyway, so none of this information here is mine. This is just an article that I found, a little interview. Actually, I'd like to thank Roman on Instagram for sending me this tip on the Assantis. I always love to hear an update. Thank you. Okay, so of course I'd encourage you to go check this out on your own if you really want all the information. I just wanted to briefly look it over and get some of the cool little points here. There's actually a couple of cool photos that I haven't seen before. I guess maybe he sent them in. Must be nice. So the show is actually really far behind on what's going on with them. I think whatever, like in the last update, like Steven just kind of like zoomed in on a call and was saying like, I'm not doing good on the diet and stuff, and my relationship is not doing well or something like that. He was just a big mess or whatever. At least that's what they portray on the show. We'll see how accurate he says some of that stuff is. Interviewer asks, have you been able to maintain that weight loss, or what's it been like, going back to the show? And he says, well, it's kind of up and down, still having issues right now again with weight. The issues are back again. Now, with that said, I'm looking to see if I can get the revision done, the gastric bypass, which is called a revision when you've already had the gastric sleeve. I've done well for a long while. I guess, so he had the gastric sleeve done on the show. I guess we saw that. And now he wants the full bypass, is what he's saying. But he goes on to say he's not like 700 pounds again, but he said he's maintaining in the 500s. Okay, I guess the 500s, that's like what Dr. Now tries to get them to before doing the full bypass, right? At least losing like 100 down from 600 or something. So if that's true, maybe he'd actually be pretty close to it. Who knows? But he says, I'm trying every day. All right, Stephen. I almost kind of like to read this like as if like he's like, I'm trying to imagine him saying this stuff. I don't know if this was just like a fully text interview or if they called or what. I don't think they specified. Okay, I'm definitely interested to hear this. They're basically asking like, how is the show different from like your actual life? Like, is it true? All the stuff. And I remember from talking to Justin or whatever, like, it is a reality TV show. Like, they like tell them to do some things. They edit things to look a little bit different, change the timeline a little bit if they have to like have like a story to follow and like, with like a conflict and all that. He says, the way they edit the show is true. I mean, it's me. A lot of the stuff I've done on the show, it's me. But I think they over dramatize it too much though, because there are good moments as well as bad moments that I did have on the show. While the film crew was recording me, they had me go to a lake and walk around and things like that. That's an example of a good thing on the show, is you walking around. But anyway, it didn't even make television, just the dramatic stuff. Okay, so he's saying like they filmed me this whole time and then they only show the drama. They're trying to make a show. I understand it, but it's a good point to make that, like, you really are just seeing the worst of things that happen, and there are even some things that they kind of they maybe even script a little bit, not like a script, but like tell them to do in little ways. Nothing like Nothing too big though, I'm sure. It says, what they do is they only show me going crazy and yelling at people and taking pain pills and just all the bad stuff. They choose not to show anything that's good. Well, I mean, it is kind of highlights, like whether they're good or bad. That's the parts that people want to see on the show. just the worst of it, and just because you walk around a lake, doesn't mean that the stealing pain pills didn't happen. And that does go along with what I've heard from talking to Justin Assanti a little bit. I was saying like they chop things up, really make it look worse than it is sometimes, and on some of the stuff there, like mess up the timeline of events kind of. Interviewer says, I read something that I think your brother said on Reddit because he did that show with you where you are no longer speaking. Are you speaking now again? Have you managed to work things out? And Steven says, no, Justin is his own person. We don't talk. He wants no involvement with the show anymore either, but we don't talk. I mean, when I call my dad, occasionally I'll hear him in the background. He'll say a couple of things here and there to me, but as far as a brother relationship or something like that, we don't talk. We're two different people. We totally are. I don't know why I can imagine Steven so easily just saying this stuff. We don't talk. We're two different people. You know what I'm saying? And that's as last I heard from Justin, which I haven't contacted him in a while. But that's the last I heard. He's just not any interest in speaking with his brother. I mean, from what I've seen, it's hard to blame him. Of course, it's always sad when family doesn't talk, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Interviewer says, that must be really hard. Steven says, no, not for me. It's not hard. I'm gonna stop imitating him. It's not hard. You know why? You know why it's not hard? Because I create my own family. I have an awesome wife. That's nice. Last we heard on the show, I think even on that call to Dr. Now, he was saying things aren't great at home but that last update from TLC was many years behind, I think, at this point. It was still really not up to date on what's going on in their lives, from what I remember. Okay, maybe many years was a little dramatic. It's behind. It's behind. Interviewer asks about how he felt about people assuming that his relationship was fake. Nice throwback, because me reacting to the video that he posted about people not believing they had a girlfriend is my most popular video here on YouTube. Really took off. Pretty funny. I recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Steven basically says here, I guess he thought it was funny or whatever, or just stupid. He said, I guess it affected her, but she's not like me. She's not out there like me. She's a private person, but it did affect her. Okay, so clearly it's Steven Assanti, very outgoing, definitely down for the attention in any way, as we all know. How did you guys meet? That's interesting. I'd like to know. We actually met while I was on YouTube Live. That's how it all started. I would love to see Steven Assanti do a YouTube Live. Come on back. There were other people there. She was in there, and I noticed she was typing all these things to me. It's so weird. I don't understand how it happened, but eventually, as the chat went on, whatever, I kind of only noticed her comments and nobody else's. There was a ton of people there. It's like nobody else mattered but what she was saying eventually, but I didn't give up. I didn't give up easy. I didn't. I was playing hard to get, as a lot of guys do. Steven Assanti, playing hard to get. I really didn't think of anything of it, but no, because she's so beautiful. I didn't think I was going to get somebody like that. I didn't. She messaged me and she's like, well, I guess you don't want a girlfriend. That's how it all started. And then it went on from there. We met at a hotel. She came up, picked me up from there, from Texas. It's a nice, cutesy little love story. Wonderful. Unrelated, goes on to say, best part of filming was just him getting to be filmed just in the front of the camera because it's what he loves to do. Interesting. Back to the Dr. Phil days. He was on that show with Dr. Phil where we're all put in a house back in the day when it was just called John Assanti in that. House of Hatred, that's what it was, yeah. Saying Dr. Phil's a real dude, a real badass. But I guess he's a real one, Dr. Phil. That's good to know. I guess he really cares. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, he was on that show saying that he hated skinny people, but it was really, he just wanted to be on TV, and he admits that here. I hated skinny people, which I really don't, and he figured out why I was really there. I just wanted to be in front of the camera and all that. All right, that's nice to hear that said. With filming for TLC, since you are already a little bit experienced when you went on, was there anything unexpected that happened? Steven says, the producers were nice, but they were more aggressive than the producers on Dr. Phil, because there were days I didn't feel like filming and didn't want to open my door. They would just wait outside until I did open my door, and they would continuously knock. They were more persistent and aggressive, I guess. Annoying. Steven, we have to film today. It's in your contract, Steven. You literally have no option but to film today. Hello. He says, I love reality TV. Love being on TV. Love being talked about. We could tell. Oh, a great picture. Great picture here of him. Maybe a nice COVID update from Stephen Assanti. Him in the raising an eyebrow with some, what is that, some beets on in the grocery store. Very nice. Be careful out there. What's your daily life now? I know we're stuck in a pandemic, but what's it like for you? If they were filming now, what would we see? It would be boring, just pandemic life. I like to be in my own bubble now in this apartment because I fear getting that virus now. It's just more scary to even go in that apartment hallway now because I'm afraid somebody will come out and go, says, I guess this interview maybe took place a little bit in December or something. And it was just posted now. It says he's getting ready for Christmas, social distance Christmas, but my wife is still going to come and visit. So, living separate from the wife currently. Is Stephen Assanti's marriage on the rocks? Where does your wife live? Lives about an hour and a half away. Still lives in Des Moines area. Okay, all right. He says she's kind of doing her own thing right now. She has her job. She's just doing her own thing. We're not, well, I guess we're technically separated, but we're still married and together. He said, we're always working it out. Love her with all my heart. She loves me. We're just in two different households right now. Need a little break. Just a little break. That's all. We're fine. There's no arguing. Nothing like that. We're cool. Still married. She's awesome. All right. Okay. So living separate for the time. Having their own lives. Again, there's evidence of trouble there from the show. I don't want to speculate or anything like that. We'll see how that turns out. Before I leave, I just want to ask, are there any projects you're working on or anything that you would like to let people know about? Well, I have a YouTube channel. I've done YouTube videos in the past, but I have a YouTube channel. It has no content on it yet, but there will be new content. I plan on, new YouTube content. Let me get some of that new YouTube content. Stephen Assanti. Oh, he's saying his YouTube just the just fatboygetdown, just the regular fatboygetdown. He's gonna use that one again. I thought the reason he wasn't posting on that was because it got like banned or something, which I wouldn't be surprised. All right, I will go. I'm waiting, Stephen. I'm waiting. Let's see those videos. Give me something to react to. Am I right? So, I mean, what do you think? Based on what I've heard here, it seems fairly accurate to just stuff that I've just heard from other places or on the show or anything like that. Interesting to know that he's currently living separate from his wife. I wonder what's going on with that. I mean, just not going to speculate. There was a picture a couple of months ago. I think I made a video about it, of just them like shopping together. Someone took a picture of them. Yeah, really curious about if there's going to be another update on My 600-Pound Life about them, because it seems from the last couple of episodes they're like really not interested in doing the show anymore. I know they probably have like a contractual obligation that like if TLC decides they want another episode of the Assantis, then like they're obligated to work with them. I know those contracts really sound like they suck. I know like the shower scenes that they have every episode, My 600-Pound Life, it's always like that's a requirement in the contract, unfortunately. So who knows what else they make them agree to at that time. But anyway, very hopeful about the potential for some Stephen Assanti YouTube videos coming back. That would be a real treat, wouldn't it? So yeah, Stephen has done and said some pretty bad things in his life, but here's hoping that things turn around for him and his family and Justin. You know, all I hope everything goes well for them. Maybe they could. People change, right? People change. I wonder how Justin's doing. Would like an update from him. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Thought I'd just give this nice little update. Check out some more of my Stephen Assanti videos if you haven't yet. I got a bunch of them. Smash like on this video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. WiLLo Davis out.